What's Rachel bringing to the table? Oh, small tits.
Are you bringing enough to the table? Harsh dating advice. Do you truly deserve the partner you're searching for? Or are your standards higher than what you're bringing to the table? Modern dating isn't easy. It's competitive and it's fast-paced, and both people need to put in real effort. Yet, many of us blame others when relationships don't work without taking a closer look at ourselves. A 2022 research study showed that over 1/3, or 39% of Bumble users, ended a marriage or serious relationship in the last 2 years. That's a lot of breakups. But why is this happening? Well, let us have a closer look at the reasons in order to find our answers. Number 1, the entitlement trap. What if your search for the perfect partner is exactly what's keeping you single? These days, dating often feels like a race for perfection, and many of us fall into the entitlement trap. It's easy to see why social media and dating apps bombard us with profiles of seemingly perfect people. We start to believe that we deserve someone who ticks all of our boxes: looks, personality, ambition, and more. But how often do we stop to consider what we are bringing to the table? Just pause for a second and rethink that.
Have you thought about it?
High standards can be good. They push us to look for better. But if we're not careful, they can become so unrealistic that we end up feeling dissatisfied all the time. So instead of focusing on what you want, take some time to think about what you offer in a relationship. That's because a healthy relationship is built on mutual effort and understanding, not just a checklist of traits. Number 2, emotional availability. Past hurt can stop future connections. And this happens more often than we realize. Many of us crave that special emotional bond, but they hesitate to open up. For example, someone might deeply want a relationship, yet they struggle to let anyone in because of past pain. They crave closeness, but they fear vulnerability. These emotional walls are often built from unresolved feelings, which makes it tough to connect with others. Now, if you're looking to break down these walls, the first step is recognizing your emotions. Journaling can help get those thoughts out, and talking to someone, like a therapist, can be even more powerful. Another cool tip is to take baby steps with people you trust. Share a personal story with a close friend. It can make you feel more comfortable, and it encourages them to open up too. At the end of the day, being emotionally available isn't about perfection. It's about being willing to connect and show your true self. Number 3, active participation. When it comes to relationships, many people think that they should just happen easily, like magic. However, good relationships require effort from both sides. Yet, some assume that only one person should handle everything, from starting conversations to planning dates or offering emotional support. But that's just not fair. Did I ever tell you about Ava and Jake, my cousins who've been happily married for 7 years? Well, recently Ava felt like she was always the one who was planning things and expressing their feelings. So, instead of keeping it to herself, she decided to talk with Jake about it. To her surprise, he said that he didn't really know how to be more involved. That conversation helped them out a lot, and they agreed to have a weekly check-in to talk about what was going well and what could be better. They started asking each other fun questions like, "What made you smile this week?" Or, "How can I help you?" This kind of sharing helped them understand each other better and made their relationship even stronger. So, if Ava and Jake can figure it out, so can you. Just don't overlook the importance of a little chit-chat over a cup of coffee. Number 4, accountability and self-reflection. Blaming others is the easy way out. But what we don't realize is that the relationship suffers in the long run. When relationships hit a rough patch, it is easy to point fingers at your partner and blame them for everything that's going wrong. How about we take a moment to look in the mirror instead? Self-reflection is super important. It helps us see how our own actions, attitudes, and behaviors might be affecting our relationships. And this really comes into play when conflicts pop up. Well, maybe you've had a fight with a friend and you blamed them for being rude. But did you ever consider how your tone or choice of words might have made things worse? For example, a friend of mine struggled with her boyfriend because she often dismissed his feelings, thinking that he was overreacting. Well, after some self-reflection, she realized that she needed to listen more and appreciate his perspective. Once she made that effort to change, their relationship improved a lot. And this brings us to an important point. Taking responsibility for our own mistakes can feel hard, but it is a powerful step towards personal growth. Because when we admit our mistakes, we make it easier to build healthier and happier relationships. Number 5, long-term compatibility versus short-term excitement. Excitement can blind us to the bigger picture. That's true. When we start a new relationship, it is easy to get swept up in the excitement, the butterflies, the fun dates, the chemistry. Many people focus on immediate attraction without considering if they're building up a strong foundation for the future. For instance, you might start dating someone who is super fun to be around, but then as time goes on, you realize you don't share the same values or long-term goals. Maybe you love traveling and they don't. Or you want kids and they don't. The excitement was there in the beginning, but now things feel a bit shaky. To assess whether your relationship has a strong foundation, it is a good idea to talk about your core values and long-term plans early on. What do you both want out of life? Do you see a future together? These conversations will help you determine if you are investing in something lasting or if you're just chasing the next thrill. A little excitement is great, but building something real and solid takes effort and thought. After all, who wants to go through the dating roller coaster again and again? Bottom line, when it comes to relationships, effort is key. It is no secret that relationships work best when both people are putting in the effort. It's not fair to expect your partner to be the one doing all the heavy lifting while you're the one lounging on the couch like a cat in a sunbeam. So if you feel that something's off in your relationship, it might be a good time to take a look in the mirror and ask, am I doing my part? And if the answer is no, don't sweat it. Just think of it as an opportunity to level up. Focus on growing as a person, improving your communication skills, and being a more supportive partner. Before asking for more from your partner, make sure that you're doing your best too. After all, teamwork makes the dream work. That way, you can both build a stronger, healthier relationship that feels like a fun adventure instead of a chore. What do you think about it? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and as always, thanks for watching.